Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report. Now we are set for the Final Four. NC State made it the biggest upset of the day. They were a 6th seed in 1983, but nothing like this as their 11th seed, and never dreamed of a tournament bid until they won the championship of the ACC, and now they're on to the Final Four. After beating Duke yesterday for the second in a row and have won 9 games in a row. DJ Burns scored 29. He remains to look like a football player, but hopes to get drafted as draft stock has moved up. I would like him to be a Chiefs tight end, maybe after Travis Kelce. He just looks like one of those players. I think it would be an excellent idea for the Chiefs. Jared McKay scores 32 for Duke. It wasn't enough. They will play Purdue in the Final Four, who was a number 1 seed. Purdue came in on top on Sunday, 72-66. It seems like Zach Edey's been there forever, the college transfer. He's played for 7 years. It seems like he's only played for 4, but with the players transferring in and out of schools, that's what happens. A transfer portal happens a lot of days, which means nowadays you don't have to sit out. Purdue wins 72-66. That was the final over Tennessee. Tennessee led over as much as 10, but they couldn't close it out and let Purdue get back into the game, and by halftime they led it by 2. It got tied to 58 apiece until the last 5 minutes. Purdue would take over the game. The veteran team won the game. It was Rick Barnes won't reach the Final Four, and he's only done that once in his career and has been to the NCAA tournament 23 times, but has only made 1 Final Four, and that was in 2003. He also won't make another Final Four this year. He has never won a national championship. Final was 72-66. Other games, Saturday night games, Alabama beats Clemson. We talked about that on Saturday's podcast. Here's a link after the basketball scores from Saturday night. 89-82. Mark Sears was on fire from 3, and his 1,500 shots made in the summer paid off. Although he's never hit 1,500 threes again, that helped him on Saturday to make his threes that he did. Mark Sears leads all scorers. UConn and Illinois played it close in the first half. After UConn got up 9-0, the Illini got back within 5, but in the second half was a 25-point blowout. Final score was 77-52. Why people are griping about a 2,800 ballpark when you can only average 10,000 fans. Sure, there's those opening days and whatever, but if the Royals would put more money in their pocket, that would be even more for the vote. They need to spend on better players. Yesterday, if you don't want them to live and play in Jackson County, you'll vote no. If you want them to play in Jackson County, which I do, you'll vote yes. More on that in a moment. Royals win in an offensive explosion by starting another good start by Brady Singer. The Royals had 4 home runs and hit another one today. 11 runs. They gave up no runs. Bobby DeWitt Jr. was shy of a cycle, and it was another good start for the Royals. Brady Singer gave up no runs. The other 2 were runs given up by the starting pitcher. The bullpen had a rough weekend until yesterday. The Royals lose today. A lot of things that could have been done that weren't done. A 2 for 10 hitting with runners in scoring position. They did tie it, but then in the 8th, the Royals allowed a run that the Royals could have potentially scored a winning run that would have been the winning run. But the Royals allowed a hard hit ball at the first baseman, Nick Lofton, and then a pick that Nick Lofton should have made. This goes back to making sure you have the right position. Put Melendez at catcher and put Salvi at first, and let him play, and let Lofton play whatever position he needs to play. The Royals are just looking like the same team they were last year, not hitting with runners in scoring position, but pitching is better. The Cardinals lead the Dodgers right now. The Cardinals lead the Dodgers 3-0, middle of the first. As the Cardinals grab 3 in the first. Bottom one. Cubs and Rockies 5-0. And White Sox, Braves blow out the White Sox 9-0. That's baseball. On the new stadiums, one thing I don't understand is why people want us to build a new stadium with more people. Why? We have 10,000 people at a game on average. Yes, sure, those are games that fill up on opening day. But there's other games where they don't fill up at all. And if the Royals look good again, they can always add more seats. But I don't think there's a reason to do that because less and less people are attending baseball games. And it's just not cost efficient for the city or for the team. But speaking of the city, they do have a vote yesterday tomorrow. The second smallest market of football team, pro football team, pro baseball team need your help to keep the Royals, Jackson County, and the Chiefs in Jackson County as well. If you vote no, probably knowing, I think, both sides of their points, I personally want to have no chance of the Royals or Chiefs leaving Jackson County. Jackson County. In my opinion, needing a new stadium anyways because they're going to build on it in 20 years anyways. And maybe build a dome, and I think that would be the best decision anyways. And we could get some Final Fours and possibly a Super Bowl. But I'd rather them keep it in Kansas City, Missouri. But I'm okay if the Chiefs decide to move. I'll just have to get used to it. Soren Petro, who is a dome guy, wants a dome, but that's not in the votes now. He says the county will vote on the Chiefs, and it may explore other options if the vote is no. Royals as well, but Chiefs more likely. I also believe you should vote yes because you want to keep the teams in Jackson County. Also, Soren Petro says he doesn't understand that. He says keep it wherever you want. Wherever the Chiefs are, they're good. I want to keep the teams in Jackson County, and that's why I would vote yes. If they're voted no on number 1 tomorrow, the Chiefs and Royals may explore other options. That's Sam Vaughn Sports.
Leave the Kansas City metro area, right? Like, I think if you're worried about them leaving Jackson County, and for me, part of me looks at this and says, why should Jackson County have to pay the freight on both these teams? What would be so wrong if one team were in Jackson County, one team were in Kansas, or in another county in Missouri? I don't see why that's such a bad deal to make the entire metro pay for this. But if Jackson County residents love these teams, love the fact that they're in their backyard, and they want to vote yes and have them there, and they want to pay for it, well, then more power to them. They've got that first chance to do it. But as far as the fear of like they're going to, the Royals to Nashville or the Chiefs to, I don't know where, no, I really don't have a fear that they'll leave the metro. I think there'll be a plan B. I do think the plan B would be probably very similar to what the Royals have right now, but the Chiefs opening it up to areas all over the region. And my understanding is there are a lot of developers on the Kansas side that would quickly come forward with ideas about where the Royals could go in Kansas.
Yep. Aaron, we'll go to you next. Live in KC. Go to you next. Live in KC now. You're from Atlanta, where they the big four sports. Do they have footballs? They do. Yeah, they have football still down there in Atlanta. We'd like to give them a hard time about that. But what do you say? Would you be worried about the team moving out?
I'm calling malarkey on both of the teams here. This is the oldest scare tactic in the book when it comes to American sports teams trying to get new stadiums. If we don't get half of the tax dollars, we're moving out and we're taking the teams with you. Like the Kansas City Chiefs are one of the most traditionalist teams in all the National Football League, down to their stadium, down to the team name, down to the jerseys, down so much to when they're opening these renovations, they won't even put a roof over the stadium. And then for kind of what Terrell was saying as far as the Royals, where's the alternate option? There's no other MLB city outside of, say, Vegas maybe, that is ready and willing and has their arm open saying, we will take everybody that's not willing to work it out in their current place. I think this is a scare tactic. I don't think it necessarily works. And I think, honestly, I'll give you a prediction here, Mick. I think it's a yes vote that wins on Tuesday no matter what. So I think this doesn't matter in the end of the day.